Good morning. Welcome to week 3 of the NFL forecast and, of course, the picks. Last week, I ended up being 10-6, which is a great improvement over the first week, which I was 8-8. So we'll see if we can continue that. Of course, as always with the NFL, a lot of wild stuff has happened. The Giants and the Cowboys really had an amazing battle all the way down into overtime, an amazing game. The Chiefs, in the meanwhile, well, they're 0-2, which is pretty unusual considering where they've been over the past couple of years. We'll see whether they rebound as we move forward. And of course, there's the Bills who are just kicking butt all over the place. They are going to be a top team. I am very confident of that's going to be a real trouble for the rest of the AFC. So that's certainly for sure. So let's get into the picks and the forecast. So we have the Buffalo Bills versus Miami. They are at Buffalo, at New York, and there's going to be a threat for a few isolated showers. The temperatures in the upper 60s, but I don't expect it to be a major impact on the game conditions. I do expect the Buffalo Bills to destroy the Miami Dolphins. This is no offense to the Dolphins fans out there, but let's be honest. The Bills aren't just on another level compared to where the Dolphins are right now, who look like they're self-destructing. Next, we go to Green Bay at Cleveland. And this is going to be another interesting game. Looking for scattered clouds, temperatures in the upper 80s. I'm picking Green Bay to beat Cleveland in this game. Then we got Indianapolis at Tennessee. And that game, let me just find it here, is going to feature scattered showers with temperatures in the lower 80s. Not really expecting too much of weather impacts overall, though some of those showers could produce some heavier downpours. I do expect Indianapolis to beat Tennessee, but this is going to be a closely contested game. Should be interesting to watch. Minnesota at Cincinnati. Well, the Vikings have an indoor stadium, so weather won't be a factor, but they will definitely have a very fun game, I think. I think Minnesota beats Cincinnati because the Bengals are really banged up, including their quarterback, which now has third-degree turf toe or something of that nature. Not good at all. Then we got Pittsburgh versus New England. I'm going Pittsburgh on this one. I think Pittsburgh's a far better team. It's a more organized team, better offensive line, better defensive scheme. I think New England, though, is on the way back up. Not to anywhere championship level or anything of that nature, but I think they bottomed out, and I think they're going to start to improve over the next couple of years, especially with their drafts. Let's see, the weather for this is going to be scattered cloud cover with temperatures in the mid 60s. Then we have Philadelphia versus the Los Angeles Rams. Philadelphia is just on a roll here, and especially with this whole tush-push thing, which I am not a fan of for several reasons. Aside from the fact it's very hard to defend, I also think it's very dangerous. But, NFL hasn't changed it, so we'll see what happens. As a former offensive lineman, I think this is a dangerous play and also somewhat illegal if they keep on jumping off sides and they're not calling it. So we'll see. Look for scattered cloud cover with temperatures in the mid 70s. As far as that play, I don't think it's going to get changed until someone actually gets hurt seriously, and then most likely they'll change. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. Next, we got Tampa Bay versus New York Jets. Again, the Jets are a team that is once again in a state of change, and one that they're trying to build a culture. I think Tampa Bay is further ahead in that evolution. As far as the weather is expected, look for isolated showers, possibly a few isolated thunderstorms as well, with temperatures in the lower 90s. I do expect Tampa Bay to win this game, sending the Jets to 0-3. Washington versus Las Vegas. I like Washington in this game, but only by maybe a touchdown. Not expecting a very good game out of this, but I do expect that the Commanders will pull this out. Looking for isolated showers with temperatures in the mid 70s. Then we get to Atlanta versus Carolina. I got Atlanta for the win here. Again, these are two evenly matched teams in my opinion, so I don't think we'll see a huge difference in terms of the style of play, but I think Atlanta will pull it out. In terms of the game conditions, let me see if I can find it here. Here it is. Isolated showers with temperatures in the mid 80s. Now we go to Jacksonville versus Houston. Again, this is another game where the teams are relatively evenly matched based on the play that I've seen over the past couple of weeks. I'm going with Houston in this one. And in terms of the weather, looking for scattered showers with temperatures in the lower 80s, not too much of a weather impact. Again, we're during the time of year where the weather is not as significant of an impact. Wait for later on in the season for that. As far as the Chargers versus the Denver Broncos, again, I think that the Chargers are a much better team than the Broncos. And one could make the argument that right now they're a better team, better performing team than even the Chiefs, mostly because of injuries that the Chiefs are dealing with their wide receivers. So you got to give respect to the Chargers. I think that they definitely will be able to handle the Broncos very easily, especially at home. Looking at scattered cloud cover with temperatures in the mid-70s. Then we have New Orleans versus Seattle. Again, these are two teams that I think that are evenly matching their potential right now based on how they're playing. I'm going with New Orleans for the win here. Looking for isolated showers with temperatures only in the lower 70s. Not too bad at all. Chicago versus Dallas. Dallas is a funky team. I don't know how to measure them. Chicago, I think that this is going to be more of a surprise win. I think that after the emotional win with Dallas last Sunday, I think that there's going to be a little bit of a letdown. We'll see what happens. This is one of the games that I am not very confident in, but I'm going with Chicago with scattered showers expected with temperatures in the lower 80s. And then we have the Cardinals versus the 49ers. Looking at, and again, this is Sunday in the afternoon, looking at scattered cloud cover with temperatures in the lower 70s. Now we have the Chiefs versus the Giants. I think the Chiefs rebound here, but I don't think this is going to be an easy game. This is not going to be a cakewalk. I think the Giants have something to prove. They play really well. They seem to play well depending on the opposition. Now, I don't know whether what we saw with the Cowboys is because they have a bad defense or if the Giants' offense is really starting to come into its own after 2 games. We'll see how that plays out. The Chiefs have something to prove with their offense. Their defense is far better than what Dallas has. But I don't know about that offense right now. Not so much Patrick Mahomes. The problem is that you can't expect Patrick Mahomes to score 3 touchdowns by himself all the time. So it's going to be a very interesting game. Of course, I'm going with the Chiefs, but I am concerned here. Looking at scattered cloud cover with temperatures in the mid-60s. And finally, Baltimore versus Detroit. Baltimore is another team much like the Bills, who I think is an upper echelon team that is playing very well right out the gate. I have Baltimore beating Detroit, but this will again be a very good game. And it would not surprise me if Detroit beats Baltimore via like a field goal in the fourth quarter in the last seconds of the game. Would not surprise me, but I'm going to lean towards Baltimore on this one. Look for isolated showers with temperatures in the upper 60s. That is your NFL forecast for week 3. I hope you have a wonderful time watching these games, and as always, stay safe out there.